Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy, ColtsTalk. We are back with another video. Today, we are talking about the Colts draft in 2022. I think they had a top 10 draft out of all the NFL teams in the NFL. Of course, you got the Eagles, you got the Texans, the Jets, the Giants, the Packers, the Ravens. But I think the Colts really had a very impressive draft going into next season. I think they drafted a really good talent, a really good core of talent, in my opinion. And it actually shocked me because usually, you get the drafts, you get some hits and misses, but I think this draft class was way better than last year, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you the people we drafted and explain a little bit. So, second round pick, we drafted Alec Pierce, a wide receiver. A lot of people was going back and forth about Sky Moore and Alec Pierce or who we should go get. And Alec Pierce was on the board, and, he impressed Ballard and the boys up in the office, and he got selected. And I think a lot of Colts fans really wanted Alec Pierce due to his height and his ability to separate from corners, from talent on defense. He's really impressive. I think he's going to have a really bright future for the Colts, and I think he is a good fit for what we got going on. If you look at the wide receiver room, we have a really tall wide receiver group. Adding Alec Pierce is definitely a bonus for the Colts and Matt Ryan in that offense to get the chains moving down the field. Because he like attacking the sideline. Matt Ryan, I think he can really get Alec Pierce into the right spots, and I think he'll be a good fit for Matt moving on going into next season. Of course, you look at Campbell and all these other guys, you're like, all right, we got like 4 to 5 tall wide receivers. Now, who's going to be the short one? A lot of people like bringing back, let's bring back T.Y. Hilton now that we got a confident wide receiver room. I'm all opposed to, all in for bringing in T.Y. Hilton. But, that's fine. But, of course, you can bring in Nyheim Hines as a wide receiver. If he's already like in the receiving group, I think he'll fit into that gadget role. And I think he can fill in for that small receiver that you guys are looking for. So I definitely look forward to seeing how we're going to look for the wide receiver group or what we're going to do. Of course, we can still bring in another veteran out of free agency if we do acquire one. But I do like the Alec Pierce pick. I think a lot of Colts fans like his pick too. And I'm looking forward to see what he can bring for the Colts. Next up is Jelani Woods. Big Jelani Woods. Tight end. Taller than Mo Alie-Cox. That is insane to think about. Mo Alie-Cox is like 6'5". Jelani Woods is like, what was he listed as, 6'7" or something like that? The dude is a freak of nature. He's athletic. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the role. Of course, everyone that we picked in the draft has pros and cons. But I think if you look at what we got right now in the tight end room, I think all the tight ends are over 6'4". That is pretty massive. And then when you look at it from the run blocking perspective, I think that is a huge bonus because we like to run double tight end sets, triple tight end sets. Added Jelani Woods to that group is very impressive. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do and how he can fit in the role with Matt Ryan and these guys. But adding him, a tall freak of nature at the tight end core, I'm really looking to see how that's going to work. Like I said, this has been a really impressive draft in my opinion. Drafting Jelani Woods, another tight end that we did need. We did need another tight end, replacing Jack Doyle because he retired. I think the tight end group is really good, and it has potential to be very solid going into next season. Next up is the offensive tackle. All right, I'm not going to lie. This third pick, it kind of threw me off. I was kind of like, did we really need to get one right now? Because, we could have got a corner. I mean, I know there were so many people like Bo Melton, all these other guys in the draft that other people, the Colts fans wanted to get. When we got this pick, I was kind of off about it. But the more you look into it, it's like we did need O-line depth. That's the absolute. That's a promise. We did need the O-line depth. So I'm not mad about the pick. It was just like, okay, we could have probably got him later. But, hey, he can play multiple spots on the offensive line. He's going to be backing up at left tackle, I'm pretty sure. And he's athletic. This was an athletic draft for the Colts. Getting this guy, I think he has potential. I'm really sold on what we got going on for the offensive line going into next season. He's going to be better than Eric Fisher. So, I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. So, moving on, it was a good pick. Like I said, we could have got something else, but hey, it is what it is. We did need depth at offensive line, so we attacked that. We're moving on. Next up, we got Nick Cross from Maryland, safety. Looking forward to that role. Of course, when you bring up what we had who was that? What was his name? Sean. What was his name? His name was Sean something from last year. He's pretty much going to be filling in for that role what he could have been doing. So we picking up that Sean Davis, I think that was his name. So we picked up his Nick Cross, who's very talented. He has a high motor. He's athletic. He can utilize. He's a good tackler. He's pretty decent in coverage as well. So adding him to that role, I think he can be really good. I think this is the Julian Blackmon feel. It's like, okay, we got him. It's like, all right, so how's it going to really look if you put him in the system? Well, if you put Nick Cross out there on the field with the Colts, I think he can be really good. So, like I said, he has a high upside. I'm not mad at the pick. We did need another safety. We talked about this, adding that safety depth just to be secure. I think adding Nick Cross, he can play multiple spots on the field. I think he's a good pickup for the Colts. Next up was a defensive tackle. We drafted 2 defensive tackles. We got Curtis Brooks and Eric Johnson. We did need defensive tackle depth. Adding these 2 guys definitely fills the role for what we needed to do moving forward. We did lose defensive tackles this offseason, so now adding these 2 definitely fills the gap of what we needed to do. So I'm happy about those 2 draft picks as well. Another tight end we drafted was Andrew Ogletree. Like I said, again, this was tight end depth because, you can never have enough weapons, to be honest, because, the NFL season is so unpredictable. And you want to be ready at any moment. The slogan is next man up. So drafting another tight end, I was not mad at. Of course, people wanted us to double down on wide receiver. But, hey, it is what it is. We can definitely find another veteran wide receiver. Or, we can get one out of free agency. But I'm pretty sure we're probably going to go vet at this point. Maybe it's going to be T.Y. Hilton. We don't know. Rumors is he may be coming back. But like I said, I'm not opposed to, bringing back T.Y. or anything. Doubling down the wide receiver would have been cool, but like I said, I'm pretty sure we have other intentions moving forward into the season. So I wasn't mad at doubling down at the tight end position. And the last pick was Rodney Thompson, defensive back. Like I said, we did need depth at corner, attacking the corner late in the draft. You know how bad it is with these late picks at the corner position, trying to find that special gem. But hey, this was a good draft in my opinion. We definitely needed another corner, so drafted him. I wasn't opposed about it. Like I said, he has potential to be pretty decent as well if he fits into the system. And it all depends about how our defense looks moving forward. If our defense is hitting, it's like the pressure is there, attacking the quarterback, our linebackers are showing out, I think that pretty much boosts everyone else's potential moving forward in the season. So I'm not mad at this pick as well. I kind of like it. But hey, the best pick out of all of these guys that we selected, in my opinion, who I think could probably flourish the most is either Alec Pierce or Nick Cross. I'm going to go with those 2 guys. I think Jelani Woods will be a special tackle. He was my sleeper pick out of all 3 of those. But I think Nick Cross and Alec Pierce could be my 2 guys that I would choose to outshine the most out of this draft class. But like I said, overall, I do grade this draft to be a B. Like I said, we probably could have doubled down at wide receiver or could have got a corner earlier and replaced that offensive tackle pick. But hey, like I said, a B grade is a really good grade. I love this draft. Like I said. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel about this draft? Who else would you have got if you didn't want any guys that I did list or who we drafted? Let me know all these things in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support. More videos dropping. Until next time, you've been Culture Shock.